Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Nadir here. Thank you for coming. For the subscribers, as always, thank you so much for the love and the support. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for clicking on the video. I really appreciate your time. It means a lot to me. So in today's video, this is something a lot of people have been sending to me to speak about because I was once in Dubai and this person is talking about Dubai. So I guess you guys want to hear my opinion about this clip. Watch it. Come back. It's from a fellow creator. His name is Afro Think Tank, and I think I did a video of him previously of him talking about how African people and African Americans, Black people from the diaspora are somehow disconnected. So yeah, watch this clip, come back, and let's talk about it.
Stop going to the Middle East. They don't like you. Did I say that loud enough? Stop going there. I can't stand the UAE, United Arab Emirates. I can't stand none of them. No self-respecting black person should be vacationing in a slave state. Do you understand? It's a slave state. There's like 5 goddamn Arabs there who are really citizens. Everybody else is a slave working for the 5 billionaires that live there. Everybody. Filipinos, Southeast Asians, and Africans are being beat, abused, raped, and taken advantage of. They're slaves in the country so that you can take your black ass over there and vacation and think you're doing something. Why go to that shitty ass desert? You want to go to a desert? Go to Nigeria. They got a desert. You could go ride a camel in Nigeria. You can go to Africa and ride a camel. You could be as loud as you want. You could be as black, loud, boisterous, flamboyant as you want, and you fit right in. Black girl in Dubai getting arrested for goddamn speaking too loud. I bet you she was using her regular voice. All black people speak too goddamn loud. All of us should be getting arrested when we go there. I can't stand that place. F that desert. F that desert. F it. They ain't got shit. They get up, they got people, they coerce people to go to their country. They take their passport and they keep them in the country and they abuse them. I'm telling you, the United Arab Emirates is the worst place for black people. I can't stand all these fake ass social media influencers, all these fake ass pretend like they're balling. They're literally just going to Dubai to pretend like they're balling like the people who own them got all the Lambos in Dubai. If you want to go to a place where people like you, go to Africa. Stop going to fucking Europe where they don't like you. How many type videos have we seen black people mind their own business in Europe and what they do, huh? Nigga, go back to that. They treat you like shit. Why we keep going to the places where they treat us like shit? Why we keep going to the places that's built off the backs of our ancestors? Why? You ain't got no problem going to the other colonizers home, the Arabs. Keep in mind they did it first and longer and way more brutal. But you want to go there and have fun with the Arabs and the Europeans and you scared to go to Africa? Stop going to Europe and these Middle Eastern countries. They don't value you. They don't care about you. They'll take your money, but they don't give a fuck about you. Go to Africa where the people love you and care about you, and you can be about as loud as you want, and you ain't got to worry about getting arrested. Well, unless you go to some of those Muslim parts. But still, you probably won't get arrested, I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying. Stop going to these places, man. Stop. Africa, we got everything. We don't need shit. You get a vacation in every type of tropical climate you want. Go to Africa. You got deserts, you got jungles, you got savannas, you got lions, you got zebras, you got mountains, you got snow, you got everything in Africa. You don't need nothing. You got beautiful people that look like you that want you there.
As you heard in the video, that's what he had to say, and he's stating that African people, black people, should not be getting their money and putting it in the slave states, especially the Arab states. And I know this is something that a lot of people don't want to speak about because I would say the Arab slave trade is still happening today to African people, but because we don't have people that we are able to talk and they listen, it keeps on happening. And I'm not even going to blame the Arab people at this point because it's 2024. Also because when I was growing up, I used to see a lot of stories of how, especially African women, Ugandan women, every time they were taken to the Arab nations, they would come back and I would see this on news on a regular basis. I think I was around the age of 10, 11. I would see how these women would come back without their organs inside their bodies. I can't really explain how, but it just happened. People would come back when they cannot talk, like someone literally left normal, healthy. Then when they come back, they have no organs in their bodies. They can't even speak. They are paralyzed. And some of them didn't make it. They would come back like gone. And that's the reality of the things that I used to see. And African people don't want to speak about these things because there's this fear that is inserted in us that, oh, if you speak about the Arab people, if you speak about the Islamic religion itself, you are somehow going to be taken down, or you are attacking the religion. And also because it's inserted in African people as a culture thing, like it gets really confusing. And also because as African people, like I said, we don't have people that we can speak and listen. We tend to take in whatever that happens, and we are like, whatever come may come, and if I succeed, I succeed. If I don't, then that's life. And it's always like God intended, when it's actually something that we can speak about for us to be heard. But I mean, who are we going to tell our struggles and they listen? We are the least listened to people on the planet. The companies that take African people or Ugandan people are owned by people that are in bigger positions. They have connections. And it's more sad and absurd that these companies go to rural areas where the girls, especially because they are the most wanted in houses to be maids, they go to these young people, young girls,
illiterate, who never finished school, who don't know how to read, who don't understand things, very innocent,
and also promise them on how they are going to elevate themselves. You just have to sign this paper and you're going to get, let's say, 1 million Ugandan shillings, but they don't really fully give them the steps of how it's going to be. And I've seen a lot of stories where they put one person in a big mansion of 8 to 7 rooms, and that person has to clean that room for like many hours every day. And it's not something that we are warned about. But then again, as African people, we have this thing in us that I can't really explain, where we feel like to have a luxurious vacation, you must have gone to Europe or to the USA or to outside the continent for you to feel like you somehow elevated. And also in the African people as well, when you get on a plane, they see you as someone who is successful. So a lot of people would want to have that image on themselves for them to be seen as they are making it in life. And it's only when you are going to other countries that are not from the African continent. So it's like a dynamic of things that we need to start speaking about. And I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening to African people, as he said, that there's a lot of slavery that goes on in those Arab nations that people don't want to speak about. Like I said, we are threatened by us not to speak about those things. When I went to Dubai, I always say this, I was discriminated for my skin, my first job. It's an open racism where they say no black, no African, and it's like normal for companies to do. And I was shocked when I saw those things. There's job vacancies, but they tell you no black or no African, unless you are maybe from Northern Africa or from South Africa. That's when you have some kind of privilege. And then I would say Nigerians are just smart, that they dominate in the places they go to. They are confident. Yeah, so the influencers, as you said, the people that want to show they made it in life, of course, they would want to go to Dubai and show off. And then again, as African people, the only easiest country for us to go to from the West or from the East or whatever, I would say it's Dubai. Like for me to go to Dubai is like 1.2 million. That's very easy money for me to like access and go. And they don't even ask a lot of things. You're good to go. But then is it the same thing for us to do when we are traveling through the African continent? Are we given that privilege of just, buying your ticket and going to any African country and taking your money there? Are we allowed to access places that are nice in the African continent? Because I've seen videos where African people are even discriminated in their own African countries, because there are some places that are strictly for the whites, the Asians, the Arabs, and it's just ridiculous. So where should we even start from, especially African people? The slavery that is still happening to African people today is done by people that look like us. We as African people are kept in poverty in our own countries, that we don't even look beyond who is the problem, and because of also religion itself that makes you think whatever happens to you is because there is a demon somewhere, a curse around you that is making you be in a miserable life. You don't even see that it's the people that we have in leadership that are not doing a small thing as fixing roads, like in my country, putting medications in hospitals in our countries, fixing the education that we have, teaching us about our own minerals. Like a lot of African people don't know the use of their own minerals, and that's the craziest thing ever. So we are kept in this circle of poverty, this circle of ignorance, and people want us to stay like that so they can, continue to root and take over our resources and make us slaves. It is these people that have been ruling and eating and eating and eating. And like I said, they don't want us to grow and mentally develop, because then we'll start to question why some things are not done. Why is this not done? Why are we leaving our countries to go to the West when we are the ones that have majority of the resources, when we are the majority who own things that run the world? So it's not okay to go to the Arab nations and spend money there. But then again, where should we go? How should we manage? And another thing I would say, I think why we focus a lot on white racism or white people, white colonialism, and not the Arab, colonialism, the Arab slavery trade and all those things, is because of the Black Americans. They are in a place where they are controlled by white people, so they have a stronger voice, and when they speak, they give us African people somehow a voice for us to like start to speak about things. And that's why a lot of white slavery colonialism things are talked about. But when it comes to the Arab state of it, we don't say anything about it. And because also African people are Muslims, or majority are also Muslims, they have this thing in them like they should not speak about things. Also because African people are groomed, we as Africans are groomed to be slaves, literally. From childhood, African people are groomed to take in whatever comes to them, and it's getting normal that other people see us going through situations that are not human, but it's excused because, we are Africans, and it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. A lot of African people need to come out and start speaking and telling their stories of what is happening to them in the Arab nations. I saw how girls were being put in positions where they are vulnerable and they just have to do everything possible for them to survive. It's so crazy. I met a lot of Ugandans, a lot of African people that were in overstay just because companies took advantage of them. And they got in overstay. Like they promised them to give them visas and it just never happened. They didn't do it. And then after they chased them out. So there's a lot of things that are going on, but people don't speak about these things. Why would you speak about an Arabic Islamic nation when we have Islamic people in the African continent? You want to fight God? Yeah, that's how it looks like. It's really frustrating. It's really sad. Overall, I myself, I would love to travel the African continent. Like I now want to travel to do the African continent than the Western world. But before I went to Dubai, I would not have had that feeling, because it is the picture I gave you that if you go to the West, you are better. But then when I went to Dubai, I got to see the opportunities I could have in my own country. I got to see the nice places I could visit in the African continent. I got to meet different African people and have conversations with them. And I got to understand, oh, we are not actually different. We are the same people. Because in my country, we don't learn about other African people. We mostly learn about the Western people than the actual people that look like us in the continent. I really liked the experience as well, that I got to meet my other African fellow people, but then it's not a place for us to be in because we are not wanted or needed in those countries. They need us for labor, for cheap labor, because we are literally slaves to them. But other than that, they don't need you there. If you are a Black person, especially an African, you are not needed there. As simple as that. So take it or leave it. Guys, that was it for me in the video. I could go on and on, like I have a lot of things to say on that topic. But yeah, let me know what you think. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell as well. Yeah, bye.